Buying golden visa-eligible property can take months. Funding a foreign business takes a year, and either can go to zero. Bank deposit residencies skip all that. Park the cash, get your permit and legal status, hold the deposit. Only 4 programs still do this for under $100,000 in 2026, but each solves a different problem and is designed for a different investor. Stick around until the end for the broader menu of passive routes under that same 6-figure ceiling. A residency by bank deposit is a vanishing category of qualifying investments. Paraguay's $5,000 deposit pathway, which used to be the cheapest in the world, was repealed in November 2025. Latvia's bank deposit option sits at €280,000. Greece's deposit route runs to €500,000. Sri Lanka's headline 10-year visa requires $200,000. But none of those qualify under today's criteria of sub-$100,000. Who's left at the cheapest deposit-based residency market in 2026 is 4 programs spread across Latin America, Africa, the Caucasus, and Southeast Asia. Let's start with the most affordable. With a local bank deposit of 100 times the country's monthly minimum wage in a recognized Ecuadorian financial institution, you qualify for the Ecuador Investor Visa. The 2026 minimum wage is $482, which puts the qualifying deposit at exactly $48,200. That is the cheapest deposit-based residencies anywhere in the world. 2 structured details tilt the economics in your favor. Ecuador uses the US dollar as its official currency, so there's no exchange rate risk on the deposit itself for Americans. And Ecuador permits dual citizenship, which means the long-term naturalization path is a true second passport outcome, not a forced renunciation. The Investor Visa program offers a temporary residence permit for the first 2 years. As long as they maintain their bank deposit, holders can apply for permanent residency after that, and naturalization opens after a further 3 years of permanent residency domicile. The legal minimum from initial application to a passport is 5 years, though in practice the process may run a bit longer due to the discretionary nature of Ecuadorian naturalization decisions. Citizenship applicants also have to pass a Spanish language and civics test. While the Investor Visa is active, there's no cap on time spent abroad. You can hold Ecuadorian residency from anywhere on Earth, but to convert to permanent residency or eventually naturalize, Ecuador requires at least 185 days per year inside the country during the qualifying period. That puts Ecuador in a unique slot. Want a renewable visa held from your couch overseas? Skip the presence requirements and just keep the deposit funded. Want a dual nationality second passport? Spend half the year there for a few years and learn Spanish. Now, if Ecuador's presence requirement for citizenship is a deal breaker, Egypt removes it entirely. But maybe not in the way you expected. The Egyptian Residence by Investment program qualifies you with a $50,000 deposit in a state-owned Egyptian bank, which gets you a 1-year renewable residence permit. Bump the deposit to $100,000 and the permit extends to 3 years. Both are renewable indefinitely as long as the deposit is in the bank. Now, we know this is technically outside the parameters of this video, but if you're looking for a citizenship by investment program with a bank deposit option, Egypt also offers that. If you make a $500,000 deposit in an Egyptian bank, you can qualify for citizenship and get your money back in Egyptian pounds 3 years later. However, unlike the program in Ecuador, that wouldn't open you up to significant currency depreciation risk. The Egyptian pound is a free-floating currency that has weakened sharply against the dollar in recent years. Now, back to the residency program. 2 things make Egypt easier than most programs on paper. Deposits can be made in any recognized foreign currency, so you control your own exposure. And there's no physical presence requirement at any point. The catch is what Egypt's RBI program does not lead to: permanent residency and citizenship. The permit is conditional on the deposit forever. Withdraw the funds and you lose the residency the same day. So Egypt's deposit residency is the cheapest renewable Mediterranean foothold with 0 presence required. For anyone who wants a path to permanent legal status, this program offers nothing. But that's the gap the Citizenship by Investment program could fill. Azerbaijan flips the Egypt problem in the opposite direction. Permanent residency and citizenship are both formally available, but the structure of the deposit and citizenship law creates its own catch. Azerbaijan's investment residence program qualifies you with a term deposit of 100,000 manat in a local bank, roughly $58,000. The manat is pegged to the US dollar at roughly 1.7 to 1, so the deposit could hold its value during the holding period. Here's the first complication. The qualifying deposit must be made under a term deposit agreement, which means the funds are locked into a fixed-term contract. You cannot withdraw during the term without losing your residency. So that $58,800 sits frozen for the entire term. Withdraw early and the residency goes with it. The second complication is the upgrade ceiling. The program issues only temporary residence. To qualify for permanent residency, the threshold doubles to 200,000 manat in deposits, real estate or securities, and you need 2 years of continuous physical residency inside the country. Citizenship adds another 3 years of residency on top, plus an Azerbaijani language requirement and a civics test. The third complication is the deal breaker for any Plan B portfolio. Azerbaijan does not technically permit dual citizenship. If you naturalize, the country requires you to renounce other passports you hold. So Azerbaijan works as a renewable foothold in the Caucasus for under $60,000. It likely does not work as a route to a usable second passport. You've already seen 3 different catches across 3 programs. Egypt's permit is conditional on the deposit forever. Azerbaijan freezes the funds and prohibits dual citizenship. Ecuador requires actual presence for naturalization. Every program has its asterisks, and the only way to know which catches matter for your situation is to talk to people who've actually navigated them. That's exactly what IMI Sovereigns is for. This is our private members community of entrepreneurs and high net worth investors all working toward the same set of goals: more passports, more residencies, and smarter asset management across emerging markets. Members compare programs, professionals, and hidden tricks conveniently left out. If that's your trajectory, links in the description. Our final destination brings us to the Philippines, where 2 investor residency programs run at the same $75,000 threshold, and the only meaningful difference between them is whether your application will get processed in your lifetime. The newer route is the FAB Investor Visa, launched in 2024 under the authority of the Freeport area of Bataan. The investment is a $75,000 fixed deposit through approved partners. The marketing promises fast processing in under a week. One applicant reportedly received residency in 4 business days. The more traditional route is the Special Investors Residency Visa, or SERV. Same $75,000 deposit, same legal endpoint. What you actually get from either program is genuinely strong. Full permanent residency from day one. No minimum stay requirement. Ever. Spouses and dependent children are included at no extra investment, and approved residents can live, work or study anywhere in the country. The Philippines also doesn't automatically exchange information with other international authorities under the Common Reporting Standard, so the deposit account sits outside the OECD's automatic exchange framework, and resident foreign individuals are not taxed on foreign-sourced income. There's one catch worth flagging in the Philippines, though. Citizenship is available after 10 years of residency under Commonwealth Act 473, but the naturalization oath requires applicants to renounce all other allegiances. Some practitioners argue the renunciation rule is loosely enforced for naturalized investors, but the statutory language is unambiguous. So treat the Philippine citizenship pathway as a renunciation route, not a clean dual nationality outcome. For anyone who never plans to push for the passport, though, the residency itself is exactly the kind of clean, flexible foothold this category was built for. That closes the loop on the 4 parked cash residencies left under $100,000 in 2026. But cash deposits are only one passive route under that ceiling. With no business to run or required active management, plenty of other programs let you qualify through equity, real estate, securities, or other passive instruments. The video on your screen now covers every one of them. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.